Good evening, everybody. So, it's been quite a while since I've recorded one of these, but today was my 47th session of KAP. So, today's KAP was actually with a friend of mine who had actually participated in a workshop that I facilitated some time ago. And she told me like, hey, if you ever want to go to a KAP session, because she didn't pay then. She was like, you can come to mine for free. So I don't know why, but some days ago I reached out to her. I was like, yeah, she was coming back from Spain. She was traveling a lot. And it's like, can I come to one of your sessions? And she said, yeah, yeah. So today I came, and I've never been in a session with her. I know her because I've actually been in KAP sessions with her. So there's a facilitator that I used to go to, and I met her actually there. She was like lying one or two places next to me, and we talked and we had a moment. There was actually in one of the sessions where we had this moment where at the end of the KAP session I was like having this intuition like that I wanted to hug her, that I wanted to embrace her, but I didn't because I didn't want to, because she was in her own process. But then afterwards she told like I also had that same kind of intuition or feeling or thing come. So that was like we then embraced. It was very pleasant, and we stayed in contact. And yeah, today, so she did a facilitator training, and today I had my first KAP session from her. Now she's so sweet. She's very young, and her style, the way she shows up, it's like a bright, joyous, yes, like just like a joyous smile, like yay, playful and joyous, and yeah, very, very nice. So it was in a space in Antwerp, and we were with one, two, three, four, 5 people, I guess, 5 participants. So as soon as the session started, like, holy moly, her voice. So I don't know whether she's a singer or she used to sing, but her voice, like she was doing like opera singing, so beautiful. It was like the vibration, like the way the sound was emanating from her. It was just like spreading throughout the room, and it was like just so beautiful. It was carrying a sort of a vibe, or a sort of yeah, there was just this feeling of trust and being filled with trust. That's what I actually told her afterwards. I wrote about it. Yeah, and then the session itself, there was a lot of there was some stories coming up, there was movements, there was some light language coming through, and there was like a thing about my partner, like something that was said, like you need to let her go. At a certain point I did a headstand, like just standing on my head. Did a couple of bridges, like chanting lam, vam, hum, ram, yam, sham, om, like all the chakras. There was also visuals. And then this is very interesting. So when she came to me, she came a couple of times, my eyes opened. I'm not opening it on purpose. It's just like the impulse comes to open the eyes and then have the eye contact with her. And we're having eye contact. I'm just like smiling and looking at her, and we're like laughing. But then we're holding eye contact, and there is this kind of neutrality. It's just like being present. It's almost happening by itself, and it's yeah, it's so gorgeous to meet in that way, because there's this perception of like, oh, these are all my perceptions, my thoughts about what I'm seeing, but it's like it's all there, but I'm just here, just present, fully, completely. And like, there was this moment I remember where she was not with me, but like, I just opened my eyes went open. I was looking at my hands, looking at the ceiling, and there was just this feeling of eternity, like everything is coming and going, everything is constantly moving, changing, transforming, shifting, but like this I amness feeling, this I am, this clarity, this wholeness, this fullness, this just beingness. It was very like impersonal, because it felt like it was just a being aware, or being alive, or being aware of life, or being aware of presence, or being present. Yeah, very difficult to talk about it, but it was so beautiful. So there were a couple of moments she came to me that at certain points I just like hugged her, or we were just sitting opposite each other. I put my hand on her heart, and she was like doing things. She was like saying light language, like doing these kind of things. There was all kinds of shifts happening, or layers that were like going, that were like shifting, like okay, like this kind of feel, this kind of feel, this kind of feel. And we were just like, it was like she was just guiding me through like the next shift, the next layer, the next, like just aligning to just be, aligning to just be. It was gorgeous to just being able to surrender in that way, and to experience that, to witness that. At a certain point, she said, with her back against my back, and just like feeling how the energy connects you, and like I felt like inside of her, and I was getting visuals, and yeah, honestly, like, it's not like I did not expect this to happen, but I did not expect this to happen because she's quite a new facilitator, and it's like with the other facilitators, it's only with one facilitator that there was something like this. So it's very interesting. I also asked her, like, did you ever experience this way, that with open eyes and this kind of stuff? And she's like, no, you're the first. We're like, oh, cool. So I don't know why. Maybe because of inner dance, probably, maybe, who knows. So what I notice in my sessions now is, before, there would be way more, or there would be phases where there's way more interacting with the content, interacting with the spaciousness, interacting with what's happening. And now there's just like, this is what's happening, being with what is happening. This is what's happening now. This movement is happening now. This is what is happening now. This is what is happening now. And just being with that. And it's, yeah, to just be in that wave where you just lose track of time, and you're just feeling so full, yet so like unaware of yourself, yet so present of the moment, of whatever's happening, or the movement. There was a team in my life that was playing. So a couple of weeks ago, I did sessions of Akawa, accelerated kundalini activation. And there was something that was presented was surrender to love. Now, surrendering to love for my mind was like very my mind could not like understand or grasp it. Whose love am I surrendering to? Love of God, love of Christ, love, divine love. What? How? Why? Like all these things. Like it's like there's a. It doesn't understand that concept of how can you surrender to love. Now, while the facilitator was with me, like doing all kinds of movements and the hugging and the shifts and the like, sometimes it felt so long that it was like whoa, like one song or two songs, or how long was this? But yeah, just so grateful for this. But at a certain point, it just, there was just this visual that came, like a green energy that was started to envelop my body, like green energy, and was the energy of love. And some revelation, some thoughts, some insights started to come, and there was the like it just happened. It happened by itself, because we were both there. And there were moments during the sessions where I could feel who I have been because of my conditioning, because of who I learned to be, or was programmed to be through my previous life circumstances, who that person is, like the makeup that he has, the settings, the configurations, the actions, reactions, the way he's expressing himself, the way he's being, the way he's he's interacting with the world. And it's like, now there was a sense of like, okay, I'm aware of all that. And it's like, did that all that old stays, and just the awareness that is then transforming through awareness what is unconscious, and integrating and allowing that self-regulating, or all that conditioned material to just transform in a natural, organic way? Or is it like consciously choosing to be in a new way and putting attention on that? It was such a, like, the revelations that came, like about that moment of surrendering to love. And then the way she was singing, just this body mind energy way of harmoniously cooperating. They were all cooperating, and everything was just aligning. Like, this is my 47th session. Can you believe it? I've done 47 sessions since last November or November. Yeah, there were also moments where I asked like for guidance, and I started to see like flashes about my future, what I still needed to do, like a path, I guess. So just like confirmation, like, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that. There were also moments in the beginning, especially, where I was just singing Elohim, 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 Elohim. Feeling the heart connection, connecting with the other hearts. Yeah, honestly, this whole session, it was such an unexpected gift. Afterwards, I hugged her, and I felt such a deep, like, peace and stillness. And